Hello friends, this is your Trendline Investor again, providing the Nifty outlook and the Trading with Trendline Investor series for the 2nd of August 2021. So a new month. I hope this month is good for us and the markets, and that's what I expect, that the markets will move ahead, but fingers crossed, let's see. So as I always say, this video would be divided into two parts. First is the Nifty daily outlook for today, and the second part would be the Trade with Trendline Investor series that I'll be covering every day. So as usual, if you're looking for the second part, then head to the second part of this video. Otherwise, for people who have subscribed to my channel new, and the Trade with Trendline Investor series is a positional trading series where I will be trading with the real money of 1 lakh, and I will be sharing my trades every day with you and all my learnings that I have. And I'm definitely sure you're going to find this useful, because there's been a lot of good feedback around this series that I've started. And if you haven't joined yet, do join me. So let's jump into the Nifty outlook for today. And so I'll be covering what happens to the markets in the previous session, and what's my key learnings from the previous session, if any, and what's my market view for today, which includes both the long plan and the short plan. Okay, so let's get started. So we had a red day again on Friday, after a couple of days of good days, but again a red day on Friday, and we had a monthly closing this week. So every month, we had, this is a month of May, this is a month of June, and this is a month of July. So again, two consecutive dojis. When I mean a doji, the opening and closed are almost same. That's why you see that. Otherwise, you'll have big candles like this, where the opening was for 14,481 and the closing was 15,581. So that was 100 points move. But last 2 months, we've not had any major moves, right? Now, just moving into the intraday charts and looking at on Friday's close. Now, after the massive volatility in the first 15 minutes on Friday morning, you see we had 15 minutes of volatility, like massive moves down and up, massive moves down and up. So it usually happens during market open. That's because there's a lot of news which affects the trade in the opening session, and that's why I always say it's okay to miss the first 5 or even 15 minutes in some cases. But what happened later is Nifty kind of stabilized during the day, and then we headed higher. After 140, we had a quick move up, and then we had a cracking move down. Now that wasn't expected. I thought it was a breakout, but that was a failed breakout. Now, so long plan was a Friday that we discussed was we go long above 15,820. Why I mentioned that is because this high, the previous high was 15,817. And I said if we go above 15,820 odd, then we can go long, right? But if you see, what happened is we exactly went above 15,800 up to 823, then we came down, and we didn't have a consolidation after open yet. So the stop loss is still pretty deep, right? So probably you should have waited for a consolidation, and probably you should have gone long above this point over here. You could have long here, or you could have gone long at this point over here, right? So there are different ways to enter a trade in the market. It's all up to you how you want to trade. I'm just giving a guidance for newbies in the markets who are losing intraday and who have the passion to continue the intraday journey in the future. So this is just a way to trade, but there are hundreds of ways to enter, hundreds of ways to exit. Don't take this as the way I trade. I'm just giving you guidance, right? So one could have actually, if you have entered long here, then you could have actually kept your stop loss around this point over here, or even this low, and you could have gone long. But then it didn't really work out and just came down. But also, if you're a little bit experienced in markets, then you'd have known that this was the consolidation mode, and we had this nice sell-off here, and we had two big red candles, right? So you should probably exited the trade with a minor stop over here, or even below that point, below this red candle low. So sometimes happens in Fridays, such kind of moves, massive moves, or even on expiry days, you have such massive moves and massive moves down. But the moment you have a good, so 823 to 850, that's 30-40 points intraday. I think that's an average amount that you're going to expect in intraday. So I think once you make that amount, try to protect your stop loss and try to protect your profits as much as possible. So also, the other thing, if you had noticed, I had mentioned clearly that we are going long above that level because of this breakout over here, and that's the reason why I mentioned 15,820, and then we broke out of the short-term downtrend, we went higher and we came down. So that was a complete false breakout, right? Now you cannot avoid these false breakouts. Now, I'm sure you'll have questions, how do you identify false breakouts? There's no way to identify false breakouts. You always preempt breakouts, or you go with breakouts, but if it fails, all you can do is protect your money, and that's why we always have a stop loss. And that's very, very important if you're into markets and if you're looking to be in markets for long term. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. 40 to 50% of the trades will be in losses, and you have to accept that, and there is no way that you will make money without not losing money in markets. So but as of the market close, what I feel is that we have probably made a bottom, or I'm not quite sure about that, but for now we have kind of reversed at the end of the session. In the last 15 minutes we have reversed from that bottom over here. So I can I can say probably we made a bottom, and once we again cross this level over here, this could probably act as a resistance, because it was acting as support before, so that will act as a resistance now. So if we head above 15,700 upon odd levels, and even probably around 15,820, then probably we're heading higher. So to be safe, I would say we have to cross 15,820 again in order to head higher, right? So what's the key learning from the previous session? So just because a trend line break occurred, or a breakout has occurred out of any kind of pattern formation, it doesn't mean that you can be 100% confident. It doesn't mean your trade will not go on stop loss. These things can happen in markets. We also saw that somewhere around here, when I thought that this was a breakout, but we did gap up that day, and I in fact thought that this gap will never fill, but then we came all the way again, we tested this gap and went higher. So never take markets for granted. Always have a stop loss in place, no matter what kind of a system you're trading. Whether you're an investor or trader, you need to always have a stop. That depends on what kind of time frame you're trading, but just don't forget to have a stop loss, because when the music stops, you should know how to quickly exit, and you should always know where your exit door is. Otherwise you'll be just stuck, and you will be just crying, and it'll just keep going down, especially in intraday traders and short-term positional traders. So what's my view for today? So the long plan is that we are, as I said, we are close to support zone, and we reversed from that support zone over here, right? So I'll just again draw that so that you kind of know that. So that's a support zone where we reversed from. So one can actually go long even at current price with a stop at this low, which is 737. So let's keep a stop at 735, and probably let's go long, right? But there is still a probability that we may come back and fill this gap. So we never know, but again, it's all a probability. If you want, you can still wait for the first 5-10 minutes, 15 minutes of the trade, and then decide if you want to go long, right? Or so I said, keep a stop at 735, and if the markets open flat, also that is okay. Or if we even go towards here, somewhere around here, if you open, right, it can be flat, it can be mildly negative, it doesn't matter. That could be worth a trade, a very small stop loss, probably 0.25% of your capital, and then you can take the trade. And if it heads higher, probably add more, at higher levels. What is the short plan? So we'll short only below 15,735. Until then, there is no short plan. Right now, I don't see a plan for short. What you can probably do is, if you want to take a short trade, then probably around that trend line, if we come again, you can look for signs of reversal and then take a short trade. But I would not recommend that. Because I want to clear right till now we are just in an uptrend. We have broken this higher low, I totally agree, but since we are close to a strong support, if you go to the hourly chart, you'll see that much better. Since we are close to that strong support, and probably this is one of sell-off, I'm still expecting some move up before we head lower or even higher, right? So that's my analysis, guys, for Nifty today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't, do subscribe. If you haven't enjoyed it, do let me know in the comments. I will try to improve on my outlook for you every day. So today is again, the second part is again the Trade with Trendline Investor series. So I think we are on the second week, more than the second week. And what I usually cover in this section is I show you my trades, what are the trades that I'm holding in Zerodha. And also we look at the current status of the trades, which trades have we exited, and what are the trades that we added more because it's going higher or something like that. And then we take a quick look at the charts, and what are the charts telling us, whether they're going up, whether they're going down, and what are the potential breakout points for the new trades. And we also review our trading journal. Also we'll update the stop loss if needed, and anything else I will let you know in this part of this video. Okay, so jumping into this part where we discuss the charts. So I have 4 stocks which I'm holding: Apar Industries, KANSAI, Nerolac, Tata Steel, Positional Limited, and Fact. So Apar Industries again is in a 13% profit. Now remember, we went all the way high and we have come down, right? Now that's part of markets. Now most of the people, what they don't trust in markets is they can't, or they don't accept in markets is, this kind of move after going up all the way up to 20%, it's coming back down, and we lost 7% till now. Now that is part and parcel of markets, right? You have to, you can't catch, right? You can't buy right here, or you can't sell right here. It's just impossible, and it's just impossible to do it very consistently. Maybe do it in a few trades, but that is just quite impossible. So I am continuing to hold Apar Industries with 600 as stop. I'm not sure whether the stop loss will hit. If it hits, it hits, I come out. But if it comes down and then goes up, then I'm going to add more, probably increase my position a little bit more, make it around 40%, and then ride that good move up. So that's the Apar Industries trade. KANSAINER did give a good move. There was results on Friday, and I think that did let the stock go up a little bit, but we'll come to that. Tata Steel Bhushan Limited is still in a profit of 5%, and FACT has finally given a move up of 3%. I was just about to exit this trade because I thought more than 2 weeks is just too much, and I don't want to keep my capital stuck. And I said let's wait for the first 1 hour in the previous video, and it just went up today. Now, this can happen, and this will happen in your trades. There can be a trade which does not move, and you might just be frustrated and you exit. Now, if you have exited and the stock moves up, it is totally fine, right? Because there are thousands of stocks to trade in markets, and there are always good setups which will always come in your radar if you have a very well-defined process of scanning stocks and selecting stocks. So, but for now, our luck is on our side today, right? And we are up around 5.9%, and let's see where this heads to. So I'm still sitting in a 15% cash. So that's the cash we have. And in terms of the GTTs, I have buy orders for Tata Steel Bhushan Limited about 98.2, JUBLINGREA about 612, ANGELBRKG about 1229, and Advanced Enzymes at 412. The stop loss for Apar Industries continues to be 600. Tata Steel Bhushan Limited stop loss 91. KANSAINER like 590 as stop loss, and FACT is 130 as stop loss. I'm not revising any of the stop losses for today. Now let's look at the charts. I already spoke about Apar Industries, so I'm moving on to the next one, which is FACT. Right now, Apar Industries, just a note. You see, what's happening is the volumes are kind of dropping, right? So now many people say that when a stock starts to break down, the volumes will have to be really big. Now, I kind of agree and not agree to that. Some stocks might give you a sign, for example, here, this stock kind of, had a big sell-off after that day, and then the stock went into consolidation. Right now, that can happen here. I totally agree. But will the stock head higher and break the lows of 600 and head higher? I have no idea, and no one can tell that. Now, just because the volume is low, it doesn't mean the stock cannot go low. Now, always remember, the selling, when a stock is going down, right, the selling can pick up at any part of the price. Doesn't mean the selling has to start here. Now, just because the volume is low here, don't assume that the stock cannot fall much lower. It can fall much lower. Now, I want to remind you of that, because people keep telling that if the stock has to go lower, it has to have a good selling volume. No, that is applicable for stocks which are moving higher, but not for stocks which are moving lower. You open many stocks, you will always see people telling, that stock is going down with low volumes, but can keep going lower for as much as possible, right? I could probably show you a couple of, examples, but maybe some other day. But for now, let's look at the charts. Now, we had a weekly close and we had a monthly close. I'm just going to show you the weekly chart. Now, weekly chart had a bad close. Right, you can see that happened here also. Now, this was 26th of April. Now, what happened after that, right? So, 26th of April was here, right, this week, and then the stock went into consolidation when it had higher, and again it went to consolidation and it had higher. Now, I'm not sure whether we'll have the same pattern. Probably yes, probably no. But for now, there's a chance that this stock might consolidate for maybe a week or two more. We never know. But the reason I told you why this is happening is because of this resistance zone over here. So it is good to always look at the long-term trend, but don't exit just because you see a resistance here. Because the stock, once it breaks out, it has to go higher, or it will go higher, and it will find resistance at some major points, right? So just don't sell it off. Keep a stop, and if it heads lower, just exit. It's simple, right? So that's the view. So we've had a bad, not a bad monthly closing, but I'll say a bad weekly closing, because that week is too big. But in the month-on-month basis, we moved from from here to here, right? So that is a good move. But on weekly basis, yes, we've had a bad close. I wish we had not at least closed above 670 odd, but it's okay. So let's move on to the next stock, FACT. The FACT again has moved higher, right? So finally we've had a good weekly close after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 week candles. So we saw that sell off at the bottom, and we have seen that sell off during the week at the top. So for now it looks good. Volumes have picked up. And on the monthly charts, let's see what the monthly chart says. We've had a new high monthly close. The previous monthly close 138. Now we've had a new monthly close. Right now, this is just consolidating, going sideways, I feel, even now, right? So we've had a good week, but I'm not sure we'll head higher or not. So that's the level that I'm watching out for. And if we head higher, we have to cross the previous highs. Obviously, yeah, I don't have to say that if it has to head higher, it has to cross previous highs. But this is a point that I'll be looking for, right? So this point here. If we close above that point, then this is going to head higher, and then we'll revise a stop. So next is Tata Steel Bhushan. Yeah, Now I told in the previous video that we might consolidate here, and that's the reason I kept my stop above 98.2, sorry, my buy order at 98.2, and we are doing exactly that. Right now, just going to the intraday charts to show you what happened during the intraday. Now, if you see here, we kept on consolidating the entire day, right? And then we've had a kind of a breakdown. Now, I'm not sure this is a very short-term intraday chart, so we might literally just go around for 1 hour and then head higher also. Now, the shorter the time frame, the shorter the consolidation, the shorter the correction. The previous trend will finally tend to head higher, right? So for now, yeah, I'm going to keep my stop as same, and I've kept my order for above this point, right? And the reason I said that point is because of this high, right? So we are facing resistance there, and we need to cross that to head higher towards 110. So for now, no changes there. SHREDIGCEM we exited. Yeah, it was a plan, right? So there's no clear-cut reason as to why I exited. Nerolac moved higher, so I bought Nerolac, and we said we'd add more above 636. So, but it went all the way high and closed here. Not a good daily candle. Okay, but let's look at the weekly chart. A good volume though. Now, weekly chart again, we've head higher. We did cross higher, but again we are facing resistance, around that zone over there, right? So probably some more days of consolidation. I'm not sure, but since the results are just out, people might buy the stock even on Monday and take it higher. But look at the monthly closing. We finally had a closing after many weeks. In fact, after 2017 December, after 3.5 years, we had a good closing, and we kind of broke out here, and we were just consolidating around that area. So this is a major support zone for now. So our stop loss, I think, was around, what was the stop loss? Yeah, around 590, right? A stop loss continues to be around 590. So that was around here, so around this low here, right? Now probably you can revise stop loss to 600, but I'll just wait for a close above 636, and then I'll revise my stop loss to 600. But for now, I'm not revising my stop. And then yeah, we have four stocks in our scanner still. Advanced Enzymes, JUBLINGREA hasn't done much. We had a green candle on JUBLINGREA. I'm just looking at the weekly charts. Okay, we had a red week, but we've still not closed above, below this level. So I feel this is just a retest. Okay, so that's why I've kept my order above 612. So let's see what happens. But just notice we are still forming 2 days of inside bar. So inside bar is nothing but this candle. So this candle is inside this candle, and this candle is inside this candle. So breakout would be very good, right? So if you want, you can revise even your, we kept it 612. You can revise even to 609 now, but I'll not do that. We'll stick to what we have done. Again, JUBLINGREA also had still around the trend line. We've again had an inside bar, right? So this shows that there's not much sell-off, even though the markets went down. I posted Adani ports on my Twitter. The reason I posted is this reversal over here. We had good volumes, good reversal. And you see the wick at the bottom. So 2 weeks of doji, not a doji, yeah, kind of a doji, a wicks demand. So indicates demand right around the lower levels. And we have Adani Ports results coming on Tuesday. So I'm not sure if they're going to head higher, but Adani Ports looks good. We are not going to take this because this is a FNO stock, and I don't trade FNO stocks much. Okay, so that's the charts that we are having, and I discuss them. So let's look at the trading journal for today. So we are up. We're down from 1.02 lakhs to 1.1845. That's I think because of the Apar Industries was down. But overall, what is the portfolio heat? Our portfolio heat continues to be 0.77. So if we lose this money today, we will be at 96,266 rupees. So my risk is still, I've not lost much, note that. So for me, it's always risk first and then rewards. So I let the market give how much the market wants me to give, but I'll not let the market decide how much I'm going to lose. That's very important for a beginner in market, because that's what we don't do. We let the market decide how much we are going to lose. It's always it's our hard-earned money. We work so much for it, and we should know how much we're going to lose, and we should not let the decision on the markets. Let the market decide how much it wants to reward you for the patience and the discipline that you have, but not the other way around. Okay, so that's very key, and I keep repeating this. I hope you don't get bored of this, but that's the key. And if you're losing, just go and look at your losses. You will understand why you're losing, right? Even I've gone through that journey, and I'm going to share a video on Suzlon where I lost around 2.5 lakhs, around 2 lakhs, back in 2015-16, when I was a fundamental analyst, more a fundamental analyst, because I used to love fundamental analysis, but then I realized that fundamental analysis alone will not work. You need to club that with technical analysis. So even though I've been in market for 10 years, for the first 5 years have been terrible. I did lose good money, but I did not lose a lot of money because I wasn't earning that much in 2010, 2015. right? So only after my MBA is when I started earning, and I was very happy that I'm earning more when I'm doing well in markets, and I was earning less when I was not doing well. So this is a very important thing. So if you're right in your beginning of your journey, do not think that you're just losing 1,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees, and do not risk everything in the markets. Whatever you earn is your money. Even if you've made 1 lakh profit today, don't just say, okay, this 1 lakh profit, I'm going to give it back, I'm going to play a lucky trade. No, that's not how you approach markets. You need to take care of each and every penny that you earn, because it's your hard-earned money. Okay, I'll stop boring you with that gyan, but otherwise we are right now at a portfolio of 0.77, and we have a balance of 16% of cash, around 15,000 cash. And then these are trades that we have, and the trades closed. I already updated this on Friday. I closed SHREDIGCEM. We had a minor profit, so it doesn't really matter because we had a lot of losses before, but yeah, we lost around 0.04% of the capital. Now if you see here, we've had till now 6 losing trades, right? And if you see, even after 6 losing trades, I lost only 4% of my capital. I have not lost much. I'm still keeping a control of what I am trading and what I'm holding. Now all the trades I'm holding here are trades which are going higher, right? I'm not holding trades which are going lower. And also another thing to note is, one trade from this set of one trade from these 4, even if it goes up 30%, I will cover all my losses and I'll be up in the positive. Okay, so that's also one thing to note. You don't have to win each and every trade in markets. Even if you win 30%, but if you're able to, make 5 times your risk on one trade, that is enough for you to stay alive in markets, or to keep you going in markets. So don't look at your losses. Don't look at that I've lost 6 trades. Look at how much I've lost in these 6 trades, right? So overall, I've lost 2.9% of my capital, right, in 6 trades. I've kept my losses very controlled, except for this one trade where I lost complete. Otherwise, I kept my losses very controlled, and I'm right now sitting on a decent profit as of today. And today, if I sell off all my stocks, I'm still, around 1.8% up, right? So that's what you have to look at. Look at markets from this perspective, and you will change your perspective towards markets quickly. Okay, so I hope that's it, guys, for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did enjoy the series, I'm just talking. I don't prepare for this Trade with Trendline series much. I do prepare for other videos, but this is right out of my heart. I tell what I want to tell. I am not hiding anything. So if you did like this, share it with your friends, and do subscribe to my channel. A lot of learning will come as and when you start enjoying the profits that are coming in markets. So here it's all about the process, and we are going to follow the process, and we're not going to be behind money. Okay, it's just like, how you did your engineering. You just spent 4 years, you learned engineering, and you got a job. You are following whatever manager says. Same thing we're doing. We're just going to follow the process that we have learned till now, and let's see where this goes. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this. Again, take care, stay safe, and trade safely. Okay, thank you.